This is what Lancaster County Sheriff's Department found on I-80. Drugs. A lot of drugs. And why this Lincoln police officer is behind bars.
The university system faces a shortfall and programs could be cut. When to go and when to stop. A new traffic light system confuses some drivers. Star City News starts now.
Thanks for joining us. This is Star City News Live at 5. I'm Sarah Firestone.
And I'm Lee Marion. The Lancaster County Sheriff's Department makes one of the largest drug busts in its history.
Star City's Bree Samani was there this morning when the Sheriff's Department showed us what they found. Nebraska voters will get the chance to decide on expanding the Medicaid coverage to be part of the federal health care law. Lincoln State Senator Adam Moorfeld will propose a resolution to have placed on the ballot in November 2018. Nebraska lawmakers have rejected previous attempts of the expansion 5 times, but Moorfeld says he thinks voters are infinitely more reasonable than the legislator and the governor. The Nebraska State Board of Education officials are working on defining civic readiness to be taught to students before they graduate high school. Officials want to make sure students learn to be engaged citizens when voting, volunteering, and are able to understand the art of civil discourse. The board is expected to vote on the decision soon, so teachers know what students should be learning. Lincoln Elementary Schools received an interactive boost for its students yesterday. Go Noodle! Gets Kids Up and Moving will be in all 76 Lincoln Elementary Schools and is sponsored by local companies for the next 3 years. The kids get out of their seats and follow the directions on the screen, which could be stretching, dancing, or getting their groove on. Coming up after the break, how locals are not happy about new traffic lights.
And the latest on a local arrest of a Lincoln police officer. You're watching Star City News live at 5.
Welcome back. A battle for a vehicle between 2 Lincoln women took place in South Lincoln intersection today.
The incident left blood on the pavement. Star City's Emmanuel Sanchez-Mora is live in the newsroom with more.
Thanks so much, Manny. Some Lincoln residents have also voiced their concerns about the new flashing yellow lights. Many of the city intersections saw the addition of these new indicators after much of the construction this fall. However, a national study showed left turning accidents have gone down by 25%. A Hastings police officer could face up to 3 offenses in domestic assault after being accused by his wife of slapping, kicking, and shoving her while off duty. Officer Cody Bland's wife told police that Bland kicked, shoved, and tackled her in their home in late October. She called Bland's relatives, and it was reported that when Bland's mother arrived, he slapped and kicked her. Bland is suspended with pay, and his arraignment is scheduled for Monday in Adams County Court.
A Lincoln police officer is behind bars tonight on suspicion of first-degree sexual assault.
Star City's Jack Housengate is live with the details. Thanks for the update, Jack. And after the break, how your next ride home from the bars could really take you on a flight.
You're watching Star City News live at 5. Welcome back. The weather really hasn't warmed up much today, has it, Sarah?
No, it hasn't, and I am definitely not ready for those winter conditions. Let's take it up to Brian Peterson for the local weather updates. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, also known as FEMA, is helping to transport hurricane survivors from Puerto Rico to the United States. The agency says it is working to relocate approximately 3,000 people who are currently living in shelters. Puerto Rican Governor Ricardo Rossello chose Florida and New York to be the relocation states for many of their survivors due to the large Puerto Rican communities. FEMA is working with both states on agreements for interim housing for those survivors. And Uber just signed a deal with NASA to develop a new form of transportation. The company published details last year about this flying car project that will elevate Uber's car service. Uber wants to make vertical takeoff and landing vehicles that will allow these flying cars to fly at a low altitude. The NASA deal is the latest in a series of partnerships to make Uber Air a reality. After the break, 3 college athletes are in trouble with the authorities in Asia.
Yeah, and some other news with sports in the NFL. You're watching Star City News live at 5.
Yeah, thanks, Emma. I think I actually heard the song Female on the radio the other day.
I didn't hear it until today, and I'm pretty big fan of it. I'm pretty sure that CMA's sparked up some other Twitter news. So let's go to our reporters, our social media reporter, Karina Hernandez. I hate when I go somewhere and they say, we are out of ice cream or we don't have donuts.
Yeah, those are pretty good. Well, now we're joined by Brian. Brian, what's the weather going to be like for the weekend come the football game?
It looks pretty chilly in the morning, but it's supposed to warm up to around 37 degrees for kickoff time. So not too bad, but it could be a lot better.
I hope they keep those cold temperatures up in Minnesota and don't bring them down here. But that's all the time we have. That's all the time we have for the evening. I'm Sarah Firestone.
And I'm Lee Marion. We'll see you next week.